gonna try to be really loud, aggressive, fast, and tight.
And bang our
Just
heads.
incredible. Give the people something they've never seen before in their fucking lives.
Picture the word thrash in your mind. I mean, just fast, obnoxious, and rude, and just, you know?
Like the instruments. I don't care for the beat.
You don't care for how fast it. What about the lyrics? Have you read any of the lyrics?
I despise the lyrics.
What do you hate about them?
It's because they're all Satan worship.
It's all.
Just about 1 million of you have seen this interview that I did back in '86 with one of the members of the band, a heavy metal musician, and his mom. So many of you have asked questions about it, like what happened to him. So in this video, you're going to hear him tell all, sort of.
My name is Ed Ecker. I'm the lead screamer for band Hatred, and I'm 16 years old.
My name is David Rankin. They call me Nick Nard. I play drums. I'm 15. I'm the youngest one in the band.
We call our band Hatred because it's such a powerful band that we need a powerful name to describe it right, you know. It's first impression, hatred is like really strong, you know. It's not a positive or negative thing, it's just a strong word to describe a strong band.
Hello, I'm David Hoffman, filmmaker. I did that old video in '86 and the interview you're about to see. So think about it, the time is '86. I'm living in Camden, Maine, and I've got a big film company, 75 people in my company, and we're doing all kinds of documentaries, and I try to do local documentaries, give a feeling for life in Maine. And up the road 10 miles from Camden is Belfast. It's a poorer community, really good Maine folk, and they've got this battle of the bands, and there's this heavy metal band in the newspaper, and I do not understand heavy metal. It seems crazy to me. On the other hand, being a 60s person, I know the effect of rock and roll. I know the power it had over the generation. And I'm wondering, does this heavy metal have power over the younger generation in the way that rock and roll had over my generation? So you're about to see the group Hatred, teenagers forming a band on that day where they're going to compete. And stay with it, because first of all, you're going to see their performance. You can have your own opinion about that. And you're going to hear them talk about what their lives would be like maybe 10 years in the future. Of course, now it's 34 years in the future. And as I said, within the next few weeks, I'm going to share my interview with Eddie, who's the fellow who did the interview between he and his mom and me.
I like heavy metal.
Heavy metal is great.
Why? What's good about heavy metal? It's cool to get into, you know? We've got confidence. And plus we're superior to all other life forms. So.
Yes.
Yeah, but seriously, how do you think you got a chance tonight? Pretty good. We wrote our own shit and we practiced for 10 months.
Hey, what's going
We're
on?
ready. I think we can win.
Who's your inspiration, you guys?
Slayer! Metallica!
Metallica.
Possessed!
Possessed.
Exodus! Megadeth!
Did you quit school?
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Well, in one way it was a relief because he was always late, he was difficult to get out, difficult to get to go. So it was a relief not to go through that hassle in the morning.
You quit school?
Yep.
What'd you say then?
Well, it was just one morning I woke up and I've been skipping school for about 2 weeks before that, since school started, and she kind of knew, but I didn't know she knew. And I got up one morning and she goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "Going to school." And she goes, "No, you ain't." And then she just let me stay home.
At the time, neither one of them were too thrilled about it. My father was more like whatever makes you happy. My mother didn't talk to me too much for a few days, but I didn't care. It was my decision. I was going absolutely nowhere. I was just wasting other people's time and my time, so I figured I might as well go out and get a job and try to be happy. We're gonna kick these guys out. We're just better, you know. That's plain.
We're just being assholes. How's that sound?
No, we're telling the truth.
Terror at your door, see no more. This is killing murder, it's further desire to set the fire. One life, take a life, give a life, kamikaze.
That's basically how that goes.
Slow it down a little bit.
Terror at your door, save no more. Since it's killing murder, since further desire to start the fire. One life, give a life, take a life, kamikaze, destroy. Girls and boys with great joy, send body bags.
You're walking in the rainy night, you hear my piss and scream. Walk a little faster. Hear my evil laugh, you're running in the dark, afraid you wish it were a dream. Heart is beating faster, prepare to meet my wrath. I can't really even remember it that well. I wrote it all, but I can't remember it that well.
Why would you want to present that image of the dark, rainy, gloom? Because it kind of brings. Does it bring your audience down or hype them up?
I hope not. I really don't care because more or less I'm trying to amuse myself a lot, you know.
Terror, unsuspecting, at your door.
No, wait.
How's it go? Down?
Goes down.
Straight down? Okay, I didn't realize that. Terror at your door, safe no more, senseless killing, murder, sins, what? Further desire to start the fire. One time, take a life, give your life. Kimokatsu, is that? Destroy?
Kamikaze.
Kamikaze. Destroy girls and boys with great joys and bodies. I don't like that. See, aren't you glad?
Because you don't even understand what it's about. The song Body Bags is about how people self-induce their own deaths. There's one about drugs, you know, it's like self-induced death right there. It's people killing themselves. It's like, you know, it's kind of like an irony, you know.
Is this hatred? Yeah, this is hatred. This is hatred. What are y'all gonna do? My name's John. From Slammer. We're hardcore. You play? Thrash. I'm the lead singer. Our originals. All originals? Yeah. Oh, cool. It must be dangerous when you're scratching your head, man. I can boss the door, man. Yeah. And afterwards, kick some ass, man. All right.
What about your dress?
The way I dress?
Yeah, is that like image or?
No, well, kinda. I like to dress like with the things on the jacket, just to try to annoy people a little bit, you know. Just make them kind of. So 'cause I like to be, you know, I like to walk down the street and have people stare at me and stuff, you know. Just kind of make people mad.
Remember when you were a kid and you were listening to Elvis Presley and all that and the gyrations and all the stuff that he used to do? Don't you remember people used to say he's a devil worshiper? He's, you know, did you feel that way at the time?
No.
That's the same thing with this music. It's just a different generation, you know. That was back then, and this is now. For back then, that was like the most outrageous music there was. And this music is the most outrageous that there is now.
What about the popularity that he has from doing this? You know, I mean, Eddie's a pretty good-looking guy. I mean, I think a lot of girls would be attracted to him, kind of like they were to Elvis in a way.
Yeah.
You think that's a good thing?
Well, I think he is nice looking, not just because he's my son, but he's nice looking. And I believe that the girls would be more attracted to him if he changed the way he dressed and if he looked a little different, a little bit more presentable. I believe that he would have lots of girlfriends.
Okay, let's do a vocal check, okay? Okay, vocal.
You guys like real heavy metal? You guys like fast heavy metal?
You're gonna hear some fast, loud, heavy metal. Are there any wimps out there? Go home!
What if the audience doesn't react tonight?
Then who cares? I'm gonna do it anyway. It's my attitude. Do what I want. Actually, I get off on people not liking us because, I like it when people really hate us because that fits our image, and I can really be obnoxious to them and stuff, just because it's not what we're really about. But I'm just saying, like, people around here, because the people around here are just mainly top 40 people, and I like shocking them, making them go, geez, what's that,
Okay, let's do the intros.
Obviously, we have a little bit of the heavy stuff coming in, Jim, right about now. Oh yeah, looks like some metallic music on the way. Just a little bit of metal. So we thank you very much for coming on out. Meanwhile, it's time for us to wimp out here for Hatred!
It's great. Just go up and act like an animal, and just freak right out, like people around here don't know, they're seeing, oh, geez, what the hell's that up there? Oh my God. The guy's banging his head all over the place, I just love it.
It takes talent to be able to, push all that energy out, and make it sound good, like range, I scream, but I got a lot of range. I feel like there's like no boundaries, I can do anything. I'm just doing this to express myself, doing what I want, not doing, getting a, day-to-day job and 9 to 5, every day get up, go to work and just live that kind of lifestyle. I want to do something and make music and for other people to listen to my music, and it's art.
What happens if you don't make it?
That's unheard of.
No.
Keep trying until I die. There's nothing else I want to do. There's nothing else I'm really capable of doing that I know of that I've tried to do. This is what I want to do. In 10 years down the road, maybe I'll be developed enough to be a classical guitarist or composer or something, which I'd like to get into. But where's the point where you decide you're not going to make it? When you die, if you're eager enough. Just keep going.
What they got was what probably sounded like an abomination of music itself in every possible way. The crowd reacted to that music so extremely that they were becoming physically violent. And these people were so impressed by this music that they were getting out of their chairs and walking up to us on the stage and like putting their thumbs down in front of us. It was great. And at one point I was just I wasn't aware of this because I was just like, I had long hair, I was headbanging, and I had this big spiked wristband. Well, I had come up like this at one point to flip my hair back into, and there was a guy in front of me, I guess, and he was doing something like standing in my face. I didn't even see him. My hair was in the way. And I was just so involved and wrapped up in the moment of the music and just like letting it all go and just, saying, fuck you to the world, basically, that I didn't notice he was standing there. And I hit him and I cut his face open. And apparently I found out we were escorted. They shut us down after that. I think they pulled the plug on us. And we were escorted off of we had to leave the fairgrounds. We were escorted off the fairgrounds by, I think, the police. There was an ambulance that showed up. And I found out afterwards that this kid that I hit, this guy I hit in the face, I cut his face open and he had to have stitches or something. It was probably, at that time, we were not violent people at all. We were mild, humble kids, all of us were. We didn't go looking for fights. But it's a different animal when you take a person that is reserved and you put them on stage with this music. Something happens to these people. That's why so many people that are reserved and for all intents and purposes are nerds like myself and my childhood friends that gravitate towards this lifestyle, because it gives you, as a teenager, it gives you a license to sort of step outside of yourself, and whether you join a band or not, it gives you sort of feel like you belong somewhere, and you belong in a with other people that are basically the same. And most heavy metal people that I know they're not outwardly destructive people. It'd be hard for me to think right now of any heavy metal musicians or even punk musicians that ever went out of the way to hurt anyone.